Carrie, you came in on Precious.
I did.
What happened? I think I can almost guess, but let's let you tell us what happened.
Well, we were playing at Ledford and we were playing
Was
North
it at Ledford?
Davidson.
I'm guessing it was a Page game, but it was at Ledford back in the tournament.
Yes, it was. And a girl, I don't know how it happened, but a girl fell on my foot and I heard something pop and I went out of the game and I shook it off and I came back and played the rest of the game. And the next day I woke up and I was like, I can't walk on my foot.
Wow.
And so I went and talked to our athletic trainer and he was like,
Is that Mr. White?
yes.
He's a good one.
Yes, he is. And he recommended that I went and got it x-rayed. And I did, and nothing showed up on the x-ray. And they said I had a midfoot sprain and I would be out for a week, no practice. And I came back and played against Paige. And it didn't hurt during the Paige game.
The Page game, you late in the game, I guess you maybe aggravated that or something else.
I got a bad calf cramp. That's what it was, on my other leg.
Wow.
Yeah, and so...
But you came out of that game and then later you did come back in.
Yes, I did come back, and then I tried to practice the Thursday after the Page game, and I made it through about half a practice, and I couldn't practice anymore. My foot was...
And it all goes back to the foot injury stuff
Yes.
at the Ledford.
Yes, so we called Dr. Kramer from Murphy & Wainer, and he recommended an MRI. So I went and got that done on Monday, and the results came back Tuesday that it was, my navicular had a crack in it.
Wow, so a broken bone.
A broken bone.
Ooh, so you were actually playing on the broken bone.
I was,
Yeah.
yes.
I bet if you had a little flashback and could bring back that Page game, even with a broken bone, if you could have got that Page win, you'd probably trade that and say, hey, I'll move on, but I'm glad I got that win.
Yes, that would have been helpful for sure.
Crazy question, and we'll just address it as need be. How more could you guys not beat them without Paris in there?
I don't know. That's what everybody's asking.
Yeah.
I mean, without Paris, they're still a good team.
Yeah.
She makes it a lot better, but they played hard.
As the game went on, too,
Yes,
better.
they played as a team, and I think Paris going out fueled their engine even better, and I think that's what...
The cargo kid, she was pretty hot there.
She hit about 3 threes in a row, uncovered, and that helped them out a lot.
You know, little Casper girl got a hot team little guard out
She
there.
did, yes.
Now, man, you could have missed this basketball, aren't you?
I am. It's tough, but I'm getting through it.
Are you already thinking about getting better than going through the rehab? Are you planning all that?
Yes, I'm hoping, they said I'm out for 6 weeks, but I'm hoping it'll be shortened a little bit. So
Any chance you might come back for basketball? Let me throw this out there, because you were out this close to 1,000 points.
I was,
How many
yes.
points away were you? About 4?
I'm 3 away.
I knew you had about 9 or so in that Page game. I said, she's right out. I thought you were going to get the Friday game, but you didn't play Friday against Smith. Southeast still won. Congratulations.
Yes,
Southeast.
thank you.
You didn't play in that game. I'm thinking, what's going on? Then we find out you're injured. 3 points away from 1,000 points in your career.
Yes.
Haley Chandler just walked out with her 1,000. She's headed home. She's got it wrapped. She's still got games left to play. You need 3 points. Here's one they did. SS, we got Dylan, we got Danny, we got Dusty. Let's put all these Shutt moms and get your mom together. There was a game about a few years back, a college game. They brought a girl out. She had like a broken leg. They let her pull a point in, maybe get her. You remember that deal? Somewhere. I'm not dreaming that something can happen. Do you think any way you might be able to sneak back in there to get those points?
I'm really hoping. We've been talking about it, and I think the best night would do it would be senior night. And I really hope I'm going to practice my 3-point shot without...
You would keep shooting.
I am, yes, because I definitely want to get it. I've worked hard enough. I think I deserve it.
3 points away from 1,000.
I know, it's crazy.
It blows my mind because I was tracking and waiting for her to get it, and I thought you might get it in that Page game.
Me too, but it didn't happen. I tried.
And you beat Page at your place last year. Remember that game?
Yes, I do.
Page had not lost a game until you guys beat them that night. And it looked like, I can almost remember that game like a flashback. It looked like for the longest time Page was going to win that game. In the second half, Kenya Haley said, I'm going to the basket some more. You guys got hot and won that game.
Yep, her leadership definitely helped us in that game.
Man, it's amazing. So, you're not going to be able to go to Dudley then for a Dudley game this year?
Nope.
I wrote down some key phrases for you. You're not going to be able to go over and hear, shut my mouth, shut the door. We got the shutdown going on Shutt. And I came up with this myself. The space shuttle has not...
Oh, goodness.
I came up with that myself. But Skip has a lot of those over at Dudley.
He does.
So you won't hear those this year.
I won't. And I'll miss it, but as long as I'm there, like, helping my team out on the bench.
The crazy thing is, I was at the Southeast game several years ago when Amy Beasley broke her hand or hurt her hand, career over.
Yep.
Her dad left with her that day, and I was at your game at Page. I'm glad you didn't have to leave that night and career over there. At least it came about a little later with Dr. Kramer's MRI. What if you didn't go to the doctor? What would have happened then?
Well, I debated it because I knew in the back of my head that if it was a career-ending injury, that that would not be okay.
Yeah, because we got a lot at stake here. Besides the basketball, we got the softball too. We got the college scholarship, Elon. Oh, that's
Yes, but I mean, I knew my body was not telling. It was telling me something was wrong.
Right.
Yeah, and so I had to go.
And you went back on Monday this week?
Yes.
Wow. It's been a crazy week then, right?
It's been pretty crazy. Yep.
You still go to practice?
I do. I'm still supporting.
Yeah. It's got to be tough. Kara Shutt with us. She is in the shutdown mode right now, and she will be back in a few weeks. What have they told you as far as your timetable goes to kind of get this all back together again?
I go back in 3 weeks, and if it's better, then I'm done.
So you got a cast on now, right?
I do. I have a hard cast
So
on.
maybe in 3 weeks they give you like maybe a walking boot or something
Hopefully.
like that?
If not, they're just going to change it into another cast, and I'm out for another 3 weeks.
Have you been through all this ever before?
No, I've never broken a bone before, so it's a new thing for me. It's kind of tough right now, but...
All this is doing is preparing you for college. A lot of college athletes have these injuries, so you get ready for that now, I guess.
Yes, and I'm just hoping I don't have to face another injury, because it's pretty tough.
3-point shot of 1,000 points in your career, that still just drives you crazy.
It is.
So there's no sure sign yet right now whether you come back or not.
They said it's a career-ending injury, but I don't know. Hopefully I have a speedy recovery and I get to go back out there, because I'm not ready to be done.
Does Coach Mark White have like a saw back in the office somewhere just handy just in case? Because I've heard stories about guys taking a sawing the cast off and the player's still sneaking back in.
I don't know about that one.
You don't want to try that.
I don't think so. I think I'd much rather it heal.
So what you probably, the best case scenario might be, if you can't come out of basketball, is just keep getting better, rehabbing, getting ready, and come back for that softball season.
Yes, and I know. Yes, I know I'm going to miss a little bit of it, but I know since I've already signed that I don't need to rush it, and I just need to go with the flow. And
how did you get your 3-point shot going back when you were still in action for the Southeast Group? How did you get that 3-point shot? So was it the kind of thing you had to spot it before you wanted to get to? Was it the kind of thing the ball had to be coming to you right in your hands? I know sometimes you would turn and use your feet. Use your hips a little bit and your feet to get set. There's a lot of turning going on sometimes to get that proper spot. How did you get that 3-pointer set?
I give it to my teammates. They worked for me. Every time they saw me open, they'd give me the ball. And I mean, that's all I can really do. I try to get open, and they help me out a lot.
And the good thing is you never really had a real strong conscience as far as your conscience, because you would say, if I miss, that's okay.
I would keep trying.
You had to have that going.
Yeah, and that's...
Some games you would come around eventually and start hitting that shot, and that's when it got big.
Yep, and I've learned from Coach Clark that's because she was a shooter.
Is that Rachel Clark?
Yes, she got her 1,000 points, so I trust her, and she says you got to keep shooting, and I listened.
Hey, that's good because you had it going your senior year. Things were going pretty well.
They were going pretty well.
Yeah, this was your year to kind of take the spot and run with it. Were there ever times, I watched some games, were there ever times you felt like the teammate needs to give me that ball a little sooner, a little more often?
There's always times being a shooter, but...
Especially if you look on the scoreboard, you're behind, you're thinking, get me the ball,
yes.
I can get us back in it.
Yes, but since I know our starting five, we all can do it. It's not all me,
it's been a good group of teammates.
Yes, for sure.
Who's going to lead this team now that you're gone?
I think Kayla Pfeiffer. I think she'll take over.
Kayla Pfeiffer in that Page game, and not to knock Kayla whatsoever, just kind of got watching the game. I was really going, man, this could really make a difference. Kind of frustrating. She made a great steal, great defensive play, drive the right side of that basket, missed that right side layup. She missed it about 3 times. It just wasn't going for that night.
Yeah, and I think just starting out the beginning of the game with those 2 fouls, that hurt her a little bit. But I think once now she realizes that it is up to her, basically, she's going to mentally
So the
get
killer
stronger.
bees are still there.
Yes, they are, and hopefully they're going to...
I'm throwing names right and left. What about this Katie Lewis? Can Katie help?
Yes. In practice, she is amazing, and I think she's going to start bringing it to the games, too.
I saw maybe a game where you guys played last game. Maybe she may have had 6. That's a good start.
That is, and I know she had 13 when I went out at Ledford when we played Ledford, so I think she's going to come around.
So you go to practice, like you say, continue going to that, going to all the games, offer encouragement?
Yes, for sure.
Yeah. Got to be a tough break, though, for Kara Shutt. We told Coach Stewart we wouldn't dwell on the injury. Southern Alamance, I guess they're next, right?
Tomorrow, yes.
Shaylin Burnett coming to...
I know.
Those matchups, I've talked about that pre-season. The best thing about the senior year was going to be Paris Key, Kara Shutt, and Shaylin Burnett. Loving all those kids, hoping they're having good years.
Yes.
Yeah, it's just part of the matchup. How about this softball deal now? We can talk about that a little bit too, get excited about that for the future.
I am.
And the outfield, kind of set up how you play the game. But I was going to ask this stuff anyway. Do you play the game in the outfield where, hey, teammates, give me elbow room, give me leg room so I can roam? How much territory do you cover out there?
I try to cover as much as I can. They know if I call the ball that there's a pretty good chance I'm going to get it. But if it's not in my area, I'm not going to take it. So
it's maybe too soon to tell. Are you better with a glove or better with your thumb with your arm? Which is better?
That's a tough one. I think my glove. I have a strong arm, but I can cover a lot of ground.
Trust your glove.
I trust my glove. Yes.
It all goes back from what I was told years ago, back to Cooperstown, New York. It was like a young little boys team, and they went up there to play like in a national tournament. They had a bunch of young boys in this team. They had a little girl in this team too, and they were like in the cabins. And this girl, she'd jump in the bed like the kids and pull the sheet up over her head. And man, she'd lay and sleep like the guys, right there with the guys. They told me that was Kara Shutt.
That was me. Yes. Yeah, I played with the boys for a while, and I think that helped me a lot.
Made you a better player in the long term.
I think so. Yep.
Who were some of those guys back in those days?
Oh.
Anybody we might know?
Brock Detheridge.
Wow, really?
Yes, I played with him for about 4 years.
Interesting. So Brock Detheridge gets a shout out tonight.
Yes, he
Western
does.
Outback. He's going to NC State to play.
He is, yep.
You were right there on that team with him?
Yep, Zach Canada is another one.
Mr. Canada, yeah. He's been very supportive, yeah.
Yes. Who else?
Was that a team based out of Pleasant Garden or otherwise?
Yeah, pretty much. And a lot of us still go to Southeast, but some of us don't play baseball anymore.
Let me ask you a basketball question. Did you come up about the same time as Theo Pinson?
I did. We played in middle school. Yeah.
Wow. What was it like knowing that kid back in the younger day?
He was an awesome person, and my favorite memory of him is my 8th grade year. We had a student faculty game, and during that game, I gave him an alley-oop, and I will never forget
dunked it?
He dunked it.
Wow. So
Yep.
Kara shot the alley-oop to Theo Pinson middle school game in Southeast Company and dunked it.
He did.
Wow. That feels pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome to know.
Did you guys beat the faculty?
I can't remember. I'm sure we did.
Interesting. But that boys team back in the day, did you guys have a lot of success up at Cooperstown?
I honestly can't remember.
I think Kevin Moore may have told me that story.
Yeah, I remember being in the cabins, but I don't remember playing that much. I know I got hurt, of course.
Yeah.
But that's about it.
So Dusty, Dylan, Danny, all the Shutts are all athletes.
Yep, even my mom, she's an athlete.
Did she go to Southeast back in
She
the day?
did, and she played basketball.
Wow. Who was her coach back in those old days? Coach Fonz, maybe?
I have no idea.
Man, that's interesting. And did your dad go to Southeast too?
No, he's from Virginia.
Okay, so he played sports up there.
He
then.
did.
And probably had some success.
Yeah, he played football in college.
He's a very good PA man for the softball team too.
Yes.
Makes it very clear and understandable.
Sometimes.
Yeah. Is it Emma Struth or Emma Strout?
Emma Stroud.
Strout. You got that
Yes,
cleared up.
he
right?
got that one.
Talk about Emma, because I mean we're talking about the softball team a little bit too, the basketball team, the importance. But I mean your softball game is coming soon. Got to see a couple of games you played last year, maybe the North Davidson game, maybe another game too. What about Emma? What's Emma bring to this team?
She brings a lot. Right now she's our catcher, but she's also an outfielder, and I think that's where we're going to need her, especially if I'm out for a little bit. And I just think she overall is a team player.
She committed to Virginia Tech.
She is.
That's pretty big.
That is. That's her dream school, and I'm so happy for her. She deserves it.
This Elon, now you're going, this is Kara Shutt going to Elon next year, fall of 2014. Was that always the school you wanted to go to?
Actually, I hadn't really thought about it. I used to want to go away from home and just get away, and I went and visited one day, and I fell in love with it, and ever since then, it's just been my
Do they have a very good, solid softball program?
They're pretty good, and the new facility is really nice, too.
Is it as good as the facility at UNCG? I like theirs. That's pretty neat.
I think it's pretty good.
Better?
I mean, I don't know if it's better, but it's
as.
just as good, yes.
UNCG thing is a nice fit. I don't know
It
about
is.
that little softball setup over there. What about Anna Hessenthaler?
Anna, she?
Anna.
Yeah,
Look
Anna.
at the German pronunciation here. Coach Hessenthaler.
Yeah, she's another big asset to the team. Shortstop. I think she'll go
There's a
play
lot
in
of
college.
dirt in that game. People don't realize unless they go to the softball. There's a lot of dirt in that game, isn't there? I mean, there's no grass in it. It feels like all
No, all dirt.
Man, it could be crazy. Who's going to be the pitcher? I watched a video of some girl last year, maybe from the JV team. I know Celeste Shepard, so she'll feel like, hey, at least I've graduated. I still got to mention on this broadcast program. Celeste Shepard, outstanding.
She had a great year.
But who's going to be the new pitcher?
That's where we're stuck right now. Cherie Doty, I think that's the
That might
video.
be the video, yeah.
She's been practicing a lot on the off season, and I think she'll be a big help. But I honestly don't have any idea.
Do you feel confident knowing with Miss Doty taking over the responsibility?
I think so.
Well, that video looked pretty good.
Yeah, I think she looked pretty good too.
So she was on the JV team last year, right?
Yes, and she came up at the end of the season to help with varsity too.
You think about it, it's probably a smart move for her to be on the JV team because on the varsity team, Celeste Shepard, chances are she's going to be out there.
Yeah,
every
she pitched almost every inning.
She was a big, strong girl too.
Yes, and I think that helped her, and being a left-hander actually helped her a lot too.
A lot too, seeing a little different direction.
Yes.
I love those change-ups in that softball. Those change-up pitches are
They're
crazy.
tricky.
Boy, they're crazy. Because you don't see it hardly at all, and you probably don't know when to expect it either.
Nope, never.
You see a fastball, maybe an occasional change-up. Is that about it, or there's some curves?
There's curveball, screwball, drop ball, rise ball. There's everything.
Slider too?
That's more of a drop ball.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can have a drop curve too. That's pretty crazy too.
Where do you work on all this? I know the coaching staff's outstanding, so they get a lot of your instruction from them in this softball. Where do you work on the rest of your game at?
At my house, and then my travel ball team when we practice helps a lot.
How many years you been playing softball, you think?
Ooh, 8. I think I started when I was 10.
It's not too far back. That's decent. Yeah. You were playing baseball before that, though?
Yes, I started playing baseball when I was 4.
4 years old. Played
Yes.
baseball at age 4.
Yes. And before that, I watched my brothers. So I've been on the field since I was born.
Ooh, since you were born.
Basically.
Wow, even before you were born, you were actually on the field probably in some ways, too.
Yep.
Man. Did you make any all-star teams back on those boys' baseball teams?
I did. We played Pleasant Garden and rec ball, and I used to make the all-star teams for those different leagues.
Was it always 3 sports a year? Volleyball, basketball, softball?
No, it was always baseball and basketball until I switched over to softball. I didn't play volleyball until my 7th grade year, and that was the first time I ever played that, and I liked it enough where I wanted to continue it on through
What's
high
been
school.
the biggest game basketball you've ever had, do you think?
I would have to say my freshman year beating Paige with that buzzer beater.
Wow.
That was, I don't think I'll ever forget that.
Was that in the tournament?
No, I think it was just a regular season game.
Have you beaten Southern Alamance in the regular season tournament team action the past couple of years?
I
I remember the
honestly
game
don't
against
know.
them in the championship a couple of years ago at Dudley.
At Dudley lost.
You lost that one,
Yes.
yeah.
I think we beat them. We didn't beat them last year. I don't think. I can't remember.
Yeah, there's so many games, they probably all got.
Yeah, they all do.
But among those teams, kind of in your opinion, Dudley, Southern Alamance, and Page, over the years, who's been the toughest of those 3?
Probably Paige.
Page, really?
Yes, I think Paris has made that program what it is.
Probably enjoyed kind of running your career kind of laterally right beside hers then.
Yeah, it's been nice since, basketball isn't my number 1 sport. It's been nice to see how I match up with her, considering hers is number 1.
What about this year among those 3 teams? Who do you think's the best? Because you've seen Page, you probably won't see the other 2, but hearing about studying, see what they brought back, who do you think's going to be the toughest?
I think they're all pretty equally tough. I know Southern Alamance offers more from not just from Shaylin. I know there's other players on that team.
I tell you that to April Kelly, the big girl. She's
Yes.
having a big night. It's a tough girl to deal with.
She is.
And they've got a couple of pretty decent guards in there too.
So we'll see tomorrow, I guess.
Page had a lot of balance last year. You look at
They did.
Paris, and you had the Kayla Johnson, young lady. You also had Chelsea Coleman and Debrecia Barnes. Those are 3 key players.
And they definitely helped Paris out a lot.
Kind of made it easier to probably get her a shot too, because you couldn't rely completely just playing off on her the whole time. The other girls could burn you too.
And she made a lot of good passes, which helped a
Boy,
lot.
she made some good
Yes.
passes. If I'm a player, wouldn't you just love to be on a team like that with a player who can pass like that?
Yes, and I think our team is getting there.
Who's your top, is it the Pfeiffer young lady top passer right now?
I think so.
Yeah.
She always finds the open man when it's not her going into the
Who's the
basket.
big post player for you girls this year? Because Kenya Haley was tall, but she wasn't really treated like a post.
Jewel Tinsley and Aaron Jeffers are our 2
Seems like had a
posts.
shot against Paige. I'm still thinking about that bank shot since you brought her name up. I mean, it was not the collective, real original artistic bank shot. It was like boom, like a hard toss bank shot.
Yes, that's how she shoots, and it works. So whatever works, just use it.
No doubt about it. I saw a girls game, I think, last week. It was Ragsdale versus Northwest. I think the Ragsdale girl took a shot from the corner. I thought, that's going to go behind the backboard. She banked it in. 3-point shot. So, hey, just keep shooting.
Yes.
You go in. Where you plans for the softball season? What about a team like, you beat North Davis. That was kind of like a hurdle. You got to pass those guys. What about a team like Alexander Central? How do you go about trying to get to the position to play them again and beat them again?
That's tough. They're together all year, and I don't know. That was one of the hardest games I've ever had to play over there at Alexander Central.
Did you go there? They came to it was the best of 3, right?
Yes, we went there first, and that environment is just crazy. You can't describe it.
Well,
You
they're
just
like
had
a
to be
nationally
there.
ranked team.
Yes, and they've won a lot of state championships, but their coach, Monty Sherrill, his daughter is on my travel team now, and it's nice to get to know her after playing against her, and so it's pretty cool.
Let's see, what are your goals with what you got left with that broken foot, but you want to get ready for softball? What are your goals the rest of the year?
Right now it's trying to get back to being healthy. I know I'm going to work hard on keeping my upper body and core in shape and just
going to keep shooting, like you say, right?
Yeah, I'm going to keep shooting in practice just so I can make sure I make that three-pointer when the time comes.
One time, she needs 3 points to reach the 1,000-point. What are the goals for softball?
I'd say to keep my batting average above 500 once I get back, and just keeping the team together.
Did you reach the All-State status last year?
I did.
Yeah, so you and Celeste both made All-State?
Yes.
I know some of these All-Star teams, sometimes they vary, so you never know exactly all of them.
Yes.
So keep the average above 500, right?
That's my goal.
Would that be tough to do? I know it's tough because in the boys' baseball, I mean, these guys are about like 550, 75. The girls, since it is fast pitch, it's got to be a little bit tougher.
It is. It's pretty tough, but just staying on the tee and just practicing a lot, that helps a lot.
Do you strike out often?
Last year, I think I struck out 3 times at the most. I can't remember exactly, but I try not to.
Yeah. There's some players, though, that do strike out a lot during games because maybe they just ain't got the hitting down.
Yes, it just depends on who you're playing, I guess.
Gotcha. I know I was thinking about this a little bit today before we came in here, but like Smith, Dudley, Grimsley, you're looking Southern Alabama is pretty tough in softball, right?
Yes, that's our main competition.
Also, yeah. Page should be better, shouldn't they?
They're getting there.
Yeah, they got that big redheaded guy.
Yeah, he's helping out a lot, so.
He'll make a little different approach over there.
Yes.
Then, So I guess this year your team will be favored. Southern Alabama's right there with you pretty close. And then probably Page. But the other teams, nothing disrespectful toward them, but it's not a powerhouse conference, is it?
Not anymore, no. And that we try to play teams outside the conference to get us ready for playoffs, but
what's the future when you go into college? Elon, what are you going to study there?
I want to major in sport and event management.
Huh, it's a pretty smart move.
Yes.
Gosh, that really would involve probably being like at a university or with a professional team and game day operations, stuff like that?
Yeah, I want to eventually be a coach for a college team, and after that, I think I'm going to minor in business and end up, I kind of want to own a sporting store, like a sporting goods store.
Sporting goods?
Yeah, like a Dick's or something like that. I think that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, there's a lot of possibilities you stay in sports. Never know who you're going to rub elbows with, run into. A lot of good contacts made along the way.
Yes.
Who's been the toughest player you played against over the years? Talk about your biggest game. That was that buzzer beater years ago. What about the toughest, most competitive? Because you're pretty competitive yourself. You kind of keep a proper approach to the game. What about a tough competitor you faced over the years?
In basketball?
Any sport.
Oh, man. I don't know. I mean, Paris again.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't have to guard her, but just playing against her, it changes your mindset about the game when you play against somebody at that high
You're thinking different going into the game, probably,
Yes.
I'm sure.
Yes.
But she can do so many different things.
She really can, and I think Vanderbilt's going to appreciate that.
Did Coach Newton have a kind of a scowl on his face that night when you guys lost, knowing that you couldn't take care of the opportunity?
Yes, I think we all did because, I mean, no offense to Paige, but without Paris, they aren't as great, and we knew that was an opportunity to win, and I don't know what happened. That was just an off night for us.
Listen, it's been a pleasure to talk with you. Any shout-outs, any people you need to mention, whatever, over the years?
Oh, gosh. I don't think so. I mean, shout out to my parents. They're always there for me, and my brothers.
Danny, and then you got
Cindy.
Dylan and Dusty and Cindy,
Is
right?
my mom, yes.
It's a good family.
Yeah, they're really supportive, and I would not be where I am without them.
The coaches at Southeast have been good to you too, right?
They have. They're all really supportive, no matter what sport it is. They're always there for me, and it's been great with this injury, knowing they're there for me too. So.
What are the kids at school? What have they been like with this injury? Any help, like back in the day? I guess somebody to help you carry your books. Maybe you help anybody, or people just kind of say, "Hey, tough luck."
No, they're all supportive too. It just depends, because no one really knew about it. I tried to keep it on the down low just because I didn't know how bad it was going to be. But now that I'm walking around on crutches, it's kind of obvious.
Because I mentioned a few things to some people. They said, well, maybe just have Kara come in, kind of talk about the overall stuff. Don't mention the injury because, maybe kind of keep a low key so Southern Alabama stuff find out about it. But when you come in on the crutches, it's almost like, well,
yeah, something's wrong. But I think it'll all work out. It's all a plan that's going to work out in my favor eventually. So.
You got a good personality. That helps you a lot.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I think you're actually probably a little more talkative than Dylan. What's Dylan doing these days? Is he fighting fires somewhere
He is. Not today. He's not working, but yep, both my brothers are firefighters, so that's all they do.
So Dusty's a firefighter too?
He is.
What department or what station is he with?
He's at Station 50 for Guilford County.
And if Dylan has his druthers. He would be at the Pleasant Garden Firehouse all the time, right?
He would, but since he's working at Station 56 too, he varies.
He's already got his job?
He does. He works for Greensboro.
Finished GTCC already?
Yes. I don't know. I think he's going to go back and finish.
But he's got the firefighting job, right?
Yes, he
He's
has a job.
full-time,
Firefighter,
How
yeah.
old is that guy, 20?
He's 20. He turns 21 in March.
So he's already got a full-time job in the city?
He does.
He was a smart kid to do that when he was in high school.
Yes.
Listen, good job. We may need to talk to you again.
All right. I appreciate it.
Kara Shutt with us. Shane's Rib Shack, Basketball in Focus, Court Report. We'll let Kara step out and get a Western Guilford player in.
Thank you.
Kara.